Hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Paurush Pratap Singh and I'm here to explain you a major role of logistics as a legal compliance officer. First, we need to understand who is a legal compliance officer and also what he does and what are the skills needed to become the officer and what are the responsibilities attached to it. So let us start to know what exactly he is or who exactly he is. So a legal compliance officer is someone who helps in managing not only the operations but all the activities of logistics and supply chain in a proper manner and how they are compliant with the rules, regulations, and also the safety standards of the company. He also acts as a day-to-day operational officer with regard to safety and risk management. So, as we all know that with great position comes great responsibilities. So let us understand that exactly what are the responsibilities that are being associated with him. First, he need to ensure that all the work which is done in a company is done on the basis of proper manner with proper regulatory compliance, safety checks and with proper risk management. He also handles the documentation, drafting of the trade agreements, drafting of the trade policies, and also how they are being used, how they are being initiated, and how they are being signed by the government and how they are being approved by the government itself. Thirdly, we also need to understand that he is not only the person who is working on laws or making the policies, he is also the person who is explaining the other employees of the company about the risk, about the safety checks, about the standards they have to maintain while doing all the supply chain activities and all the operational functions. Because without him, it is not possible to understand the laws and it is not also possible to maintain the workflow in a proper manner, because if nobody is telling you about the laws or nobody is telling you about the risks, harms that are being associated with the company's logistics supply chain activities, you won't be able to perform or you won't be able to do better output. It is very necessary to understand that he also helps the government and the company to connect in a proper manner, because there are certain laws, there are certain approvals that are being sanctioned to the government only, and without that approvals you cannot go further, you cannot do the work further. So he is the one who is responsible to understand, to create a proper bridge between the government and the company so that the company can also work in a proper manner and government also does not have any problem with their working of the company. Secondly, it is very important for him to understand the legal bylaws of the company also, because there are certain standards that are being made by the company. So when it is needed, he needs to understand that these are the laws which are also have to be understood by the other employees of the company. So how a legal compliance officer is made, or like what are the skills that are being required to become a legal compliance officer? It is about like you have to be better in communication especially, and understanding of laws. You have to understand how to draft a policy, how to do a trade agreement, how to how to make an affidavit as well. So there are certain things that are being related, and also the main thing is like how you are able to understand the problem if there is in the company related to any regulatory thing. So he is the one who has to have these type of skill sets to understand the proper working of the company, along with understanding the bylaws of the company and also the problems that are being faced due to the non-understanding of the laws and not following the safety rules and regulations. So in the end, I just want to say that regulatory compliance officer is not the one who only does the operations. He is the one who is also responsible for the overall development of the company and also helps the company to maintain its position in the market and makes the supply chain and logistics operations smooth.